Alright, welcome. This is Benchmark 22, Special Right Triangles. This is Mr. Cranier, and I want to talk about the mathematical practices. We're going to go over number 1 and number 7. Number 1 is make sense of problems and persevere in solving them. And number 7 for our practice is going to be what we're going to look for. We're going to make use of structures in the special right triangles. And today's content standard is going to be GSRT6, and we're going to go ahead and talk about the definitions of trigonometric ratios for acute angles. About the mathematical standards for the previous page. Okay, thank you. Alright, we're going to go ahead and continue with special right triangles. You should know the properties of an isosceles triangle and an equilateral triangle. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the special right triangles of 45, 45, 90, and a 30, 16, 90. Alright, here goes the theorem for 45, 45, 90. It's a 45, 45, 90 triangle theorem. Okay, in a 45, 45 degree triangle, again, here's my right angle, here goes my 45, 45. The legs, they have to be congruent, they have to be equal, and the length of the hypotenuse, here goes my hypotenuse as we label it, has to be the square root of 2 times the leg. And in this case, here goes kind of some symbols that can probably help us out just a little bit. You have the leg, and you get the hypotenuse equals leg times the square root of 2. Okay, example number 1. We're going to find the hypotenuse length in a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So let's see. The first thing I want you guys to do is make sure you always label the hypotenuse. So this is going to be my hypotenuse. And in this case, this is 45. This is also a 45 degree triangle. This is isosceles. This is going to be equal to each other. So this is also going to be 9. And this 9 and 9 represents your leg. So same thing here, this is your leg. So the first thing I want you guys to do is always label. Alright, and the second thing I want you guys to always work out is what is the formula for a 45, 45, and 90 triangle. So just put that down. It should be very helpful. And formula for 45, 45, 90 states your hypotenuse has to equal your leg times the square root of 2. And the square root of 2 is 1.41. So the third step I want you guys to do is just go ahead and substitute the values. Your hypotenuse in this case is x, so I'll substitute that in. Your leg in this case is going to be 9, substitute that in. And then bring down the square root of 2. Right, this is going to be your answer. If you go on the calculator and type in 9 square root of 2, it should give you 12.72. Let's round up 7.3. So I'll take both of those answers as that's good for me. Alright. So again, pretty simple label, formula, and then substitute the values in and then use your calculator to evaluate this. The benchmark number 22, talking about special right triangles here. This is a letter B for example 1. We want to go ahead and find the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse length, 45, 45, 90. Again, this is our goal right here. So let's go. The first thing I want to do is make sure you understand where the hypotenuse is located. It's across from the right angle. So let's go ahead and label that as your hypotenuse. In this case, I'm just going to label it as H. And you want to also go ahead and label the two legs of this right triangle. So this is going to be my leg. It's the same thing. In this case, if you guys don't like the radical, just go ahead and put that into your calculator. 6 times the square root of 2. You're going to get yourself a nice little number, 8.49 for the length of the side. So if you take care of the first step, which is your labeling, the second thing is you want to just go ahead and write the formula for 45, 45, 90. So here it is, H equals, let's go, leg times square root of 2. And step 3 is you're pretty much just substituting in, right? So formula and then substitute your value. So H represents your X, your L represents your 849, or you can put in see, length is 6 square root of 2. And the final step here is bring down that square root of 2. So in this case, square root of 2. In this case, square root of 2. And on your calculator, just go ahead and type in all of this, and you should get a pretty good answer. 6 times the square root of 2 should give you, my calculator says 12, or you can put down a decimal version, which I have 8.49 times 1.41, which will give you about 11.97. And on the benchmark, I'll accept both of these answers. All right? And let me know if you have any questions. Alright, so my favorite part of the lesson, this is your chance to shine. This is guided practice. Letter A, you got to find X. And here goes some of the values. Again, don't forget to label label your right triangle. And the definition is H equals square root of 2 times your leg. I know I kind of did that backwards, but put one more little note here. Again, label, always label. And then 2, formula. And then number 3, make sure you substitute this and solve. Okay? Good luck, get the right answer, and then move on. Alright, thank you. Alright, again, you want to go ahead and try to find X. You have your values. You can go ahead and use your notes to do 3 steps. 1, make sure you label. 2, make sure you write the formula for 45, 45, 90. And then the 3rd step is go ahead and solve. Substitute and solve. Right, good luck. If you have any questions, let me know. Benchmark 22, special right triangles. Alright, we want to go ahead and find A. At this point, you should know the definition for 45, 45, 90. And I'll go ahead and put that up one more time for you guys. This is square root of 2 times your leg. Okay, always make sure you label. This is going to be my H, and this is going to be my leg. So there goes my formula. I'm just going to go ahead and start substituting values in. This is 8 square root of 2, in this case times my L, which is A. And again, in order for us to solve for A, I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by square root of 2. And looks pretty good. This will cross out nicely. Left with A. And then on my calculator, I'm just going to go ahead 8 divided by the square root of 2. It's going to give me a nice little number, 5.65. I'm going to round it, 5.66 would be my answer. And again, notice that the leg, which is, whoops, sorry about that, 5.66 has to be smaller than the 8. And for some of you guys who want to go beyond, if you go 5.66 square that, 5.66 square that, it should equal 8 squared. So, let me know if you have any questions on example 2. Thank you. Welcome back. This is the last guided practice for benchmark 22. We're going to go ahead and try to find out what the letter B is. All right, so again, as we've been mentioning, make sure you label, make sure you put down the formula, and make sure you substitute and solve. So label this. This is your H. This is your leg. Use the formula. Here goes the formula. Leg, square root of 2. Substitute those values and get a good answer. Look forward to helping you guys out with this assignment, and this is pretty much part 1 of the lesson. All right. Thank you, and have a good one.